peeps. Just gotta put my I think someone asked me if I had what they called I was gonna say a dressing gown or what are they called, a apron for doing my nails so you don't get dust everywhere. But I just don't wear it, but I have worn it today. I've just started taking, it's really weird though, you have to do it this way. I got it ages ago and I thought it was dead cute because it's like polka dotty, but because I've been taking this hand off and filing all the gel off with a drill, a nail drill, and it was just everywhere. So I'm just going to do a quick review on the eye patches I showed yesterday. Because I forgot to do them the other day, and so I put them on this morning while I was having a green tea. I'm on my coffee now, first coffee of the day. So I'm doing quite well, because I normally would have had about 3 by now. I'm trying to sort this lighting out again. So it was these. I've used them because they're all sticky. They're called Deck Out Women. Deck Out Women crystal eye patches. I got them on eBay. They were £1.40 something for 3. So I just thought I'll get 3 and I'll test them out. They look like this in a green packet. When you take them out, they come in a little plastic tray. Pull the plastic tray out because a little bit of moisture, water, whatever it is, will come out. And they look like this. I've used these, obviously. I mean, I probably could use them tonight and then chuck them because they're like, you know, you chuck them after. But you might have seen these, the jelly. I have had some of these different sorts of ones, but these were really quite moisturising and really wet when you got them out, so they were really nice to put on your eyes. And I think I just left them on for like half an hour, so you do chuck them, but I think I might be able to just get another go out of them for tonight because they're probably nice. I mean, you could get a few packs for that, you know. You could use them when you're going out or you're feeling a bit tired, or like I said to Laura the other day, you know, have a bit of a, when you're having a bit of a pamper night to yourself, kids are in bed or gone to the nanas or whatever, and or on a night out, you know, before when you're getting ready. But I thought my under eyes looked better today. I don't really suffer from dark circles as such or anything like that, but you know, I do have fine lines and you just feel awful when your skin feels really dry. They are really nice, so I would suggest, like I said, I'd let you know how things are, and if they're rubbish, you don't like them. But they were really good and they stick to your face well. Because Finn came up and went, "What's that on your face?" And I put it on, he went, "I don't like it." But actually I can put one on because you do it. Obviously there's a big side and a skinnier side. I'll show you there with my long nails. And obviously the smaller side goes on the inside of your eye. So you just, they're really cool as well. I wonder if you could put them in the fridge, but they are cool. And you just put them on like that. So I've had ones that fall off sometimes. These don't. They stay on so you can watch telly, have a bath, get in your PJs, get a film on. Guess what's on tonight? Can't wait for tonight. You know, they're not going to fall off while you're moving about doing the dishes in the morning, watching a film. You could just leave them on. It says you can sleep in them overnight as well. I can't remember who said yesterday. I don't sleep on my back. I'm always turning. And they suggested maybe putting an eye patch over these so maybe it keeps them on. But yes, I could try that. I've lost my eye patch. I was trying to look for it in bed last night. And they just peel off like that. So they're like, you know, sort of jelly gel. But I think they're really good. So if you fancy testing them yourself, obviously it's not going to break the bank. They were £1. I'm sure they were £1.49. They weren't over £2 anyway. But I mean, you get 3 packets of them. So like I said, it's Deck Out Women Crystal Eye Patches. Crystal Eyelid Patch by Deck Out Women. It says Magical Beauty. So obviously I like the saying on that anyway, but it looks like this again. A green packet and you get 3. So if you want to test them out and they're not at, you know, they're at a bargain price, test them out. It's not going to, you know, if you don't like them or say you had a reaction to them or something, I don't know, it's not like you've spent like 30 quid on them or something, you know. It's only a couple of pounds. You could give them to somebody else if you don't like them. But I think they're really nice. Also, just wanted to mention, I was going on about online dating like yesterday, but actually, I was still having a nosy after I said that. And I was just like, oh, you know. And I just thought, try and swipe some people that you think, I don't mean they look like a bad boy. I must admit, and any men are watching this are going to go, oh, God. This person sort of looked, I don't mean like he looked like a bad boy. You know, they say, oh, girls love a bad boy. But I do like that look where sometimes, you know, I go on about the Viking look and this, that and the other. But I do quite like that look where my mum would go, ooh, Janine. Where I call them, I don't know if the saying's right, a rough diamond, where you think to others, or a guy maybe, they might think, oh, they look a bit, like they can handle themselves, but they look a bit like, they might be a bit, oh, what's the word, like, I don't mean they'd be a bit of a knob, but you just think, yeah, they've probably got an attitude and blah, 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 but actually when you get to know them, because say they might be, because I do like tall men, and I do like, I don't mean they have to work out, but I do like a man who's a bit stocky. Not necessarily meaning he goes to the gym, just a bit bigger built. I call them bear men. But, like, you might think, oh, they can handle themselves. Maybe they've got an attitude because they probably think, like, blah, blah, blah. But actually, when you get to know them, they can handle themselves when they need to handle themselves. Because it's like I like a man's man. Like a man. Yeah. But I like that man as well. That people might look at me and think, oh, yeah, but he's actually like a gentle giant. He's soft, really. Or he might not be soft when it comes to, like, you know, he can stick up for himself and stuff like that, but he knows how to treat a woman. He knows how to treat his lady. He's got respect for his woman. He's got love for his woman. You know, like, you'd think, oh, he wouldn't be like that. He's probably like Jack the Lad and about here, there and everywhere, but he's not. He's like that. I call him like a rough diamond because they're like, on the outside you think they're not like that, but on the inside they are like that. And once you get to know them, other people they would be like, yeah, he is like that. You know, he's a lovely guy. He's got respect and loyalty and stuff like that. But looking at him maybe first, don't judge a book by its cover. You think they're not, but they are. And I sort of swiped this guy and I thought, yeah, and it was really funny because when I swiped him, I didn't expect it to match straight away. It did, and I was like, oh, well, just say hi. So I said hi, got talking a little bit, and he's sort of was like, you know, where you from and all that. And he actually used to have a house. I can't remember if he said he lived here, where I live, in my area, just down the road from where I live, actually. If he lived here or he had a house here, you know, renting it out or something. And I was just like, but 10 years ago, and I was like, oh. But I had to go upstairs because if anyone's seen me witchy ways things, I have a crystal grid thing. And under one of my biggest crystals, that's why I said I'm not too worried if things aren't happening because it's there, putting out to the universe. There's a note with what I like in a man because they say you should write everything down. You know, like it's not like a list of like daft stuff. It's just like what I like in a man. And I thought, I'm sure like there's some of the things that I can already see there and what he said is on that list. So I ran upstairs and I was like reading it because that's what's good as well because I fold it up and just leave it there to work. It's like, what did I write on it? So I went upstairs and opened it and I was like, oh my God, that's really funny. So I don't know. I'm hoping to speak to him again later on because he's actually working on a Sunday today. And a few things I saw about him in that, like, I like the way he thinks and I like the way he thinks about politics or not. And the way the world is today and the way some women are these days, some men are, the way things are just like, there doesn't seem to be any respect and stuff. Just certain snippets that I saw and I thought, he seems, I don't know. Oh, by the way, I've not got Finn today because his nana's come back from holidays and actually took him for a few hours, I think, unless he ends up staying overnight. So that's why I'm finishing my daggers off because I've took these off. See, gel nails, I had gel nails on, but they're actually my nails underneath. That's how much they've grown underneath. They're not wrecked or anything, but I'm having them longer. The thing is with long nails like this, I don't normally have them this long, but I know once these come off, I'll think anything's dead short after another, like, my God. But I am quite liking them. And last night they kept me awake because Finn last night, I don't know what was going on. He woke up, as soon as I went to bed, he woke up and he was talking to himself. Then he was saying his ear hurts and I thought, oh God, he's got a, like, but he hadn't because he kept moaning and I'm not one of them mothers, I know it sounds awful, that gets them into my bed because then they never get out of your bed. But I thought, oh, I don't think he's going to stop like, but I don't want him to start thinking, oh, if I start pretending I'm poorly, she'll put me in a bed and then that'll be it. He'll be in bed till he's 14 with me. So he was crying a bit in that, and he sort of woke up to thought about, I'll put him in bed with me, first time ever that I've done, just because he moves about and I move about and I can't sleep. So he got in bed with me, and these were glowing like mad, because if anyone doesn't know, this one and this one are glow in the dark. It might show you in the light if I heat it up. For the people who haven't seen it, just switch this on. And he was complaining about his ear, but what I think he'd actually done, because once he got in bed with me, it was fine, he didn't even moan. Have you ever done that thing where you sleep on your side on your ear, and I don't know what, if you folded it over and you slept on it and it really aches? I think that's what he'd done. So he got in bed, and then in the end I turned over so my back was facing him, and he started going, Mummy, where is your eyes? Where's your face, Mummy? I was like, oh, I'll turn back over, and he just kept messing. So in the end I just said to him, which was quite good, do you want to go back in your bed now? Because my bedroom lets a bit more light in, which I can't stand anyway. I have to have an face mask thing, but I couldn't find it. And he kept talking, and I thought, it's a bit too light for him. So I said to him, do you want to go back in your bedroom? And he said, yes, Mummy. So I thought, he's not going to. But he did. He got back in bed and he went straight to sleep. So I think he just slept on his ear funny. So, yeah, I managed to get him out of the bed. So that was good, because I like to just spread out everywhere. But guess what's on at 9 o'clock? I love it. I haven't even seen the new one yet, but it was only on a few months ago, but every time it's on, I have to watch it because I just have to sit there drooling. Thor's on at 9 o'clock tonight, guys. If you've not seen it, watch it. He's just so fit. But in the new one, he cuts his hair off. I'm not too chuffed, but I'll be watching Thor. There's something coming on now. What's coming on now? Can you see them glowing? They glow like that at night time. It's the reaction to the heat, but in the dark, in pitch black, all I could see, I had my hand on Finn's face there, and the glow was on his head. So it's like, basically it's like a torch. I just couldn't stop laughing at them. So yeah. So fingers crossed I'll actually get a conversation out of this guy, and fingers crossed, because he said something about he was having a hard time on there as in meeting people, like he'd go to meet somebody and he'd get a door slammed in his face, or someone did something. I've heard this before where they trying to see what film's coming on, where they women or men do this. They'll get talking to someone, and then say they'll go on like Facebook or I don't know, wherever they're talking to them on a media thing, and they'll get talking, don't know what this is, and some dance thing I think, and because this person might have said, oh, I'm working tonight, or you know when you get these women who are just like, what are you doing like every second of the day, and they're like really insecure, and because they've said, oh, you know, they've had to let them down on a date, or they've had to they're working or something where it is kosher, but these women or men have gone on to found them on Facebook and tried to look through the list to see if they're actually dating anyone. And if they haven't found they're dating anyone, they've like proceeded to message all the women on there to find out if they are dating them, saying, do you know he's on Tinder, this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, people are mad. You know, if someone would let me down like that guy did a few weeks ago, or I felt like they were messing me about after a bit, because people can change the working patterns, you know, if like that guy said he did, but at the end of the day he never got in contact with me, so that's why I just thought, whatever. I wouldn't proceed to try and dig them out and find out if they're dating someone, and if they're not trying to ask a load of women, I'd just think, whatever, block them or whatever, delete them and not speak to them again. It's their loss at the end of the day. I wouldn't proceed to waste my energy on doing all that. Do you know what I mean? So, sorry, I'm really trying to find out what film's just come on. Because if it's a film I think it is, it's got the other guy in it that I really fancy as well, but I'm just waiting for the title to come up, but is it? Oh, I think it is. Just let me get my doof ready to see what it is. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah. I'm sorry. Chris Hemingway, who's in Thor tonight. Oh, see what I mean? It's lad night tonight. It's lad day today for me. Step Up's on. The dancing thing. I don't really watch it because of dancing. I actually really, really fancy as well. This is one of my babes as well. Channing Tatum. It's just come on now. He's a gorgeous. He's in Magic Mike as well. I love Channing. So I'm going to have to go now, do my nails and watch this and just be drooling. And then later on at 9 o'clock I can be drooling again. But I'll let you know what happens with that. So that was just a little chat. And just to say, remember, if you fancy some cooling, lovely gel eye patches, try these out. I will actually put the name of this in the description below. I've got to get better with doing this. So see you later, guys. Bye.